Hello, Facebook and YouTube and friends. Hope you all had a great week. My week was, eh, it was all right. Today is Saturday, February 7th, 2026, and this is my week 98 results of being back on Mounjaro while dealing with a host of medical and mental issues. I am going to keep this video short today. I'm going to try my best anyway. So last week on the scale, I weighed in at 205 pounds, which was a 2-pound weight loss, which put me at 31 pounds down since going back on Mounjaro. Well, this week I lost 3 pounds because I am down to 202 pounds. Yay! That's put my total weight loss at 34 pounds for these 98 weeks, with a good chunk of it. Let's see, 23 pounds of it has been within the last 11 weeks. So, yeah, I'm happy. I am so looking forward to being under 200. I wholly hope that I can reach under 200 within the next week or two. Crossing my fingers, folks. I don't know if you can tell, but I am in a better mood today. So my Husker basketball team, the men's team, won. Yay! So they finally ended that 2-game losing streak after starting 20-0. Now they're 21-2. So I'll take it any day. So let's see, what else do I got to talk to you about? I had my speech and physical therapy sessions both on Monday and Friday of last week. Monday's physical therapy session was a strain. I had a lot of weakness and shakiness going on in that session. And thing is, I came into the physical therapy with my legs feeling good. I walked in there and I met my physical therapy ladies, and I'm like, "You're here to ruin my legs, aren't you?" She's like, "Probably," and she did. Oh boy! But yesterday, Friday, the physical therapy went better. She was kind of reassessing me to see where I was at, and it actually went pretty good. Now, I did have my moments of weakness and shakiness, but not nearly as bad as Monday was. So it was a positive sign. I was able to walk around the little track they have around kind of like the physical therapy room. And for the most part, I was able to walk it with no issues, except for when we had to slow down because there's no room to pass. And there was an older lady with her physical therapist walking as well. And so we had to slow down. As I say, you can't pass them. And when I slowed down, that's when the shakiness started. So it seems, and I've noticed this before, if I'm going at a little bit faster pace, at least faster for me, that seems to keep the shakiness somewhat at bay. I still feel it a little bit in my right knee area, leg. But when I slow down, like I'm just slow walking, it seems to come more often. So, but once the people in front of us got past it away where we can go another route, we went ahead and took another route. So, and got up to a more of a faster speed where I was at, and that seemed to work. Of course, towards the end of it, I did, even at the higher speed of walking, the shakiness on my right leg did come to be. Usually starts in the knee and then kind of spreads out top and bottom of the knee. So it was there, but it didn't really come till the end of it. I did a session on the staircase, and my right leg was shaking going up and down the stairs. So stairs are still an issue. Uh, Going down was a little bit better than going up. So, and she had me, what else did she have me do? She had me do the step up, step down, step up, step down, a little step platform that wasn't too high. And that was okay. There's shakiness there. And then she had me do, like last week or last Monday, she had me do the ramp. So it just, you kind of go up this ramp until you get to a platform. It's a decent incline, and I got up at no issue, no shakiness. And then to go down, I had to go down side. No, what was it? Was it backwards? Yeah, I had to go down it. No, it wasn't backwards. It was sideways. And so I went down. Then that's the part I really struggled at on Monday, going down sideways where my right foot was going down the slope, and my right leg like really shook. Yeah, and it was like that on Monday as well. So, but yeah, it was still better than what it was Monday. And then she went ahead and had me go back up it sideways, so my left foot was guiding us back up. And I had some shakiness to it, but not a whole lot, because my left foot was taking the brunt. So but then I came back down the same way, where my right foot was first going down the slope. And actually, I got down halfway, and my right leg was fine. And then the second half of the way was when my right leg started shaking again. So it was better. It was better overall. We went ahead and scheduled one more week with two a week. So I'll have a session with them on Monday and Friday of next week. And then I'm going down on speech therapy to just one time a week for the next 6 weeks. So I'll do my speech therapy every Monday for the next 6 weeks. I also had a decent session with my therapist this last Thursday. And I talked to him about this. I talked to him about a bad anxiety attack that I had on Monday, because I had a dentist appointment on Tuesday to take care of a cavity that I have back here that has an old filling in it, and the cavities on the backside. And I started to panic because, one, I got worried about, because you have your mouth so open for a long period of time, and know how you kind of use your tongue to kind of keep the water that they shoot in, to clean it or whatnot. And you have to keep that water from going down your windpipe and your food pipe, esophagus, until they're able to suction it out. And I was panicking, because I've been having weakness in my jaw and my tongue lately. And I started to panic, oh my God, what if he's drilling and there's some water back there from the drill, to kind of make sure that it's clean. And what happens if I panic and my tongue, because my tongue loosens up, I lose a little bit of control of my tongue, and then that goes down my windpipe. And I started to panic. This was at night when I was trying to go to sleep, and then I also started panicking. What happens if my jaw gets chattering because it's been open for too long? It gets weak, and so it starts to chatter. And what if he's drilling at the time, and it just makes me pop up, especially if the water goes down. It makes me pop up, and he's drilling, and this causes him to drill oops. And it's like, oh God, I kept panicking. And then on top of it, my last 6-month checkup which was a few weeks ago, I learned that my dentist office is no longer taking any insurances. Uh, so they said it's because they've been losing money the last few years because prices of everything is going up. And all the insurance companies that they take refuses to increase the amount that they send to the dentist office to pay them. And they all refuse. So and after so long of them refusing, then they had to make a tough decision. They couldn't keep on losing money from it. So I understood that. And so, but what that means is, no, I had to pay for it up front. And then they fill out the paperwork and I just have to sign it. And then they mail off what I paid to them to my insurance company. And it's up to them to decide how much they'll send to me. But no, considering now that my dentist is out of network, yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. So that was a little over $200, and then to fill this cavity is going to be $236. They already gave me that price, which isn't a whole lot, but still. But the last two times I've had a cavity within a tooth that has a big odor filling, I ended up with two crowns back there, back-to-back crowns, side by side. And I'm worried that it's going to happen on here. Once they drill out the cavity, they're going to realize that they just need to take the whole filling out. And that's what they did on these two. And with the cavity taking out too much of what was left of the tooth, it was just not enough tooth to safely put a filling in there and for it to hold its shape. So they had to go the crown route. No, you don't know that until they have everything drilled. So I started to panic there because thinking how much a crown is. I don't know how much a crown is, but I think it's at least $1,000. And I'm starting panicking. Like, if they have to do that, I have no choice. They have to go proceed with it. Proceed with drilling. Drilling down the tooth to shape it in order for them to be able to put a temporary crown on until they'll take a mold of it, and then they'll send that off to have a permanent crown made. And it's like, oh my God, I can't afford that right now. It's like, so I just started panicking. I could not fall asleep because of that on Monday night. I ended up with only maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep because even when I did finally fall asleep, I woke up constantly because my anxiety attack was a strong one, very strong one. And it was all for nothing because Tuesday morning, I got up at 8 o'clock because I wanted to do a little bit before I went to the dentist appointment. And then about an hour after I got up, I get a call from the dentist office saying my dentist called in sick today, so they'll have to reschedule it. Oh, so it's now rescheduled for this coming Tuesday. So I'm like, am I going to have the same panic attack this coming Monday night? And so I was talking to my therapist about all that, and he tried to help me so it doesn't happen again, or it's not as severe of an attack. So, and also I got a call from MetLife, who I'm filed to have long-term disability with through my job. And I had another person call me yesterday, and she is with the medical review board of MetLife. So she had to schedule a phone interview, and they were running kind of like a video call, but they said it doesn't have to be necessarily. And I told them I was okay with the video call. So they sent me a link by email to do the video call, kind of like a Zoom session. And so I have that on at 10 a.m. on Monday. Then after that, I have to go for my speech therapy at 1 o'clock. And then at 3:15, I stay there for my physical therapy. So, and then the next day is I have the dentist at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So it's going to be a very stressful and anxiety-filled day. I'm just starting to feel panicky just talking about all this. I just keep telling myself, after all, just get to Tuesday night, because Tuesday night I have my show called A Beautiful Noise at the Orpheum Theater on the musicals there. So I'm looking forward to that one. So I'm just trying to go keep my mind on that instead of everything else. I'm going to try to use that. So, and then next Thursday, the 12th, I have my 1 month check-in with my psychiatrist. And it's now 6 months. So she told me to bring the paperwork for long-term disability. She's willing to take a look at and go over it with me. So I'm also panicking about that because they want her opinion if I can work or not, and they have a bunch of stuff for her to fill out. So I don't know which way she's leaning on it. So if she says no, then most likely I'll be declined, even if I have a good video session with the kind of like the medical board. So yeah, I'm starting to get a headache right now just thinking about it. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video at. I didn't want it to be this long. It's at 16.5 minutes. I was hoping to keep it under 10, but once I start talking about something, I have to give the kind of like the full story. So, but that's all I'm going to do right now. So we'll keep it under 17 minutes. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. I haven't decided who to cheer for yet. I'm leaning towards New England now. I was initially leaning towards Seattle, but now I think I'm leaning towards New England. So, but y'all have a great weekend. Be kind to everybody. The world needs it. And be sure to tell everybody you love them. And I love you all. Bye-bye.